Hello and welcome back to the morning show. Very happy to have you with us. All Wellness Medical Center. Dr. Christina is here with us this morning. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning, Bruce.
How are you?
I am doing great. Getting ready for the holidays.
Oh, gosh. I was just talking about this the other day, the holidays, and it's gotten so commercialized.
Right.
And, they're starting so darned early. I mean,
no.
just-
What the heck? I went into a store and they have Christmas.
Yeah.
What happens to like Halloween and like
2 or 3 weeks ago this was going on.
Turkey Day?
Yeah.
And it's Christmas.
I know.
I'm not ready for this.
I'm not either. And I had a friend, and you probably know more about this, a lot more about it than I do. But I think this is one time of year where if you're going to be depressed at all, this is going to be it.
Right.
Is that right?
Right. This has been one of the hardest years. All the patients that are coming in, and most recently, they're coming in and they're presenting a lot earlier, because I normally get
Really?
people who are depressed more alongside when it's November, December.
Right?
But they're coming in early, and that's one of the
boy.
reasons why I wanted to present this today, because we have to be prepared for this. Because of the economic times, because of the debates, because of whatever's happening. People are getting sick. People are having to take care of their elders. People are having to take care of the teenagers that they thought they got rid of, but now all of a sudden they're coming back.
Yeah.
People who are so dissatisfied with their lives that I think we have to become very astute as to some of the symptoms that are out there so that you can pick up things early. Because what we don't want, and we see this every year, you know this, the increase in suicide rate, not only in our children, but in the geriatric. I mean, it goes across the board. It does not matter. It's no longer just one person's disease, a woman's disease. This happens to everybody.
It must get scary in your profession to be sitting there chatting with people and seeing some of the telltale signs that a professional would know to look for, would obviously recognize right off the bat and say, what the hell do I do about this? I mean,
Right.
because there's only so much you can do. You
Right.
can't go home with them and hold on to their hand
Right.
and hope to hell their financial situation gets better,
Right.
or the old man quits beating on them, or the kids quit having babies and bringing them home for mama to raise.
Right.
It's got to be difficult.
It is. It's difficult, especially here in the tri-state area, because as far as having the mental health help is not always available to us. So if we can, instead of
I'm living proof of that.
now, if we can now look at things a little bit before it gets to that stage. In other words, how are you acting? Are you acting different than what you acted, last month? Are you not sleeping at night? Are you being awake at night? Are you getting? It's not just being depressed. It's not just being crying all the time. It's getting more quieter. All of a sudden you're seeing your significant other or your loved one just not acting the same. And sometimes you think, are they on drugs or are they not on drugs?
Right, right.
Sometimes they are cutters. Sometimes because that's how they see their voice, that no one is listening to them. And I think that we just have to be a lot more aware because of how fast our world is going, how fast we are having to work just to keep up. The whole idea is that we're missing some really subtle signs ahead of time to get that person to the doctor, so then that way we can start working with them at a very, 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 very early stage and not wait until the very end when it's too late. Now, this is what we call prevention. And I think that, you know yourself, you know your family, but the key thing is are you aware, are you make yourself aware of what are they doing? Are they not watching TV anymore? Are they not participating in their event? Are they not eating? Are they overeating? I mean, you can see so many little, they're just teeny weeny signs. Sometimes they make those comments, it's just not worth it, or I hate my life. And a lot of times we take them as jokes. And the
Right.
reality is they're trying to
Just
tell you
frustration.
something.
Momentary frustration.
Absolutely.
And the worst part about all this is if you're living with someone and that happens, it's just a day at a time and you may not notice it, but if you look back on what was it like a month ago, and try and gauge the difference between those things rather than just yesterday, because the changes are subtle, are they not?
Right.
Generally
right.
speaking.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And there are 1-800 suicide numbers that you can call, and they do try to help you. Matter of fact, there are some of my patients that have called that number,
Really?
and they will get a crisis intervention team to you, like within an hour.
Really?
It's unbelievable.
That's excellent.
If they think that there's something that you just cannot handle, they actually have a crisis intervention team that will actually go to your house.
How
Sometimes
wonderful.
when you go over there and call the police department and you want to make sure that the significant other is, especially if they live by themselves, they do a safety check.
Right.
Are you okay?
Right.
What's happening with you? Because we all take it for granted that nothing is going on, and we all blind ourselves. But even the most simplest of things is that sometimes we get so busy with our own lives that we forget to even smile at our kids, or we forget to even smile at the elderly.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about giving money out and doing all this thing. That's not what I'm talking about. But it's just, there's a lot of people out there that are totally hopeless because they live the streets, or for that matter, they live alone.
Right.
Or the other thing is they feel in despair. Or the other thing is that they don't feel like they have any worth. And people don't even look at them. They just go over there and they're at the grocery store and there they are buying little things, whatever they can afford. And then you yourself are going over there and has a whole, basket of all this food.
Yeah.
And even, I'm not telling you to give them food. I'm telling you just to look up at them and say
smile.
hello.
Yeah.
Hi. Recognize that they're a human being. And that's what I'm seeing out there, that people aren't doing that anymore.
And I think you're right. I think there was a stage here 8 or 9 years ago where everybody was saying hello and smiling.
Right.
And we haven't had a lot to smile about lately. I mean, business has tanked, and families have tanked, and debt has grown, and just on and on and on. Many loved ones have been killed over in the Mideast, and we've got to find a reason to smile and say hello again. There's something needs to be done, because it's going to get pretty morose if we don't.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, don't be afraid to ask someone, are you suicidal? Don't be afraid to ask someone, are you depressed? You're not going to push them over the edge. A lot of people feel that way.
You can go ahead and ask me.
Are you depressed?
No.
Okay. Are you suicidal?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you have to look at their eyes. And you have to go over there and look at their demeanor to see if they're telling you the truth. Because sometimes as physicians, we have to actually go over there and make contracts with people.
Yeah.
And let them know that they're cared for. Some people come to me because they're so by themselves. They live by themselves. They've lost all their spouse. They lost all their cats, their dogs, or whatever the case may be. They're totally alone. But it's like just that little recognition, and all they want is to be touched and held, their hand held. So it's just the really simple things is what I'm asking you to do. It's the humane thing. I mean, we can do it to puppies. We can do it to our animals. But sometimes we forget the human beings out there. And can you make a difference? Can you save someone's life by going over there and just saying hello? The answer is yes. If you think something's wrong, if you think there's something's wrong with your daughter, your child, the elderly person that lives next door to you, is it okay to go over there and tell them that perhaps they need help? And bring them in, because can we give them medicines? Yes, we can. Can we give them they need talk therapy? Yes, we can. Can we make them feel like someone actually cares? And that's what I'm pleading with you, because I do not want to see the death rate here in this tri-state area grow any more than what I've seen in the past 16 years that I've been here. And that is a horrible thing to see, because I hate to lose patients, especially when they just give up hope.
Dr. Christina, All Wellness Medical Center. Words of wisdom, ladies and gentlemen. Take advantage of it. Thank you for being here, Doc.
Thank you, sir.
And you know what else?
What?
Smile.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll be back with more of the morning show right after this.